Welcome, everybody. I want to dive right in, straight to the jugular, and let's talk about police and sex trafficking and how what's happening in our country to the notion to defund police or pull police out of a city completely, like Seattle, Washington. What is that going to do in the fight that we all agree on? I know you want to see more arrests. You want to see more rescues. You want to see the bad guys pay the price. You want to see children safe. So do I. It's been our life's work. This is what we're about. But let me explain to you. When you defund a police department, like Los Angeles, and they're talking about defunding it by $150 million because Chrissy Teigen and John Legend wrote a letter. I understand why this started, but they didn't think this through quite well enough. 3,500 signatures, bunch of celebrities jump on it, Mayor of Los Angeles, Governor of California, and here we go, right? Now you got other cities in this country like Austin, Texas, believe it or not, talking about defunding police. And I can tell you firsthand, Austin is short a lot of officers. Austin does not have a large sex trafficking task force. That thing will be debanded. Los Angeles, California will become even a larger hotbed for sex trafficking than it is at the moment. It's the number 2 city in our country for children being sold for sex. Talking about minors here. Why is that so important? Because if you remove any spoke out of the wheel that protects children, and what's in this wheel? NGOs, non-government organizations like ourselves, and many others across the nation, police departments, judges, district attorneys, EMS services, critical counselors, HHS, Health and Human Services, CPS, CBP, Border Protection, ICE, FBI. All these are the components that it takes. It's a small village to go rescue a single child. You build a case, right? It has to hold up in court. We cannot, as an NGO, just barge through a door of a motel, even when we have all the intel, which is often the case, and go rescue a child without local PD. You need a warrant to go through that room. If you go without a warrant, the pimp will walk. It won't hold up in court. If you arrest the wrong way, even if it's a police department and it's not logged accurately, some sleazeback lawyer will get the bad guy off. We've got to think about this. This is what's going to happen in Los Angeles. They are almost 1,000 police officers short as we stand. They do not have task forces specifically dedicated throughout the state of California to fight sex trafficking. They will disband those task forces. Why is it so important to have a dedicated task force for sex trafficking? Because it takes special training. It takes special training to build the cases, to understand how to profile, to know how to go through the door, how to rescue that minor, how to talk to the minor, how to interact with other organizations at the crime scene, right? So that the child is not further exploited, so that the arrest is made accurately, it's logged right, so that it can hold up in court. We can't do this without the police. We can't do it without NGOs. We can't do it without EMS, fire, search and rescue, FBI, and even you say, well, Yaka, the FBI can do this. Even when the FBI rescue children, they do it with local law enforcement. Now, what's going to happen when pimps travel around? Because pimps don't stay in one place, by the way. They don't play by the rules. Do you know what they do? They have a network. They talk. They gravitate to the path of least resistance. They go to communities where they know the community's radar is low. You know what they're going to do now? They're going to go to Seattle, Washington. Why? Because now the public has declared a police-free zone. Pimps are going to go more to Los Angeles. Why? Because they know there's defunding happening. They understand one of the first things historically that gets axed is special task forces to save children. I'll go as far, maybe someone else won't, but I'll go as far as tell you there's some sort of a design behind this, okay? There's a design. If you, with reckless abandon, okay, neglect to think about things like sex trafficking when you defund police, I understand we need police reform. For sure, we all agree. There's no question about that. But there's so many people talking about that. I don't want to be another voice in that. I want to let you know that if we do not have a police department in any city, whether it's Omaha, Nebraska, or Los Angeles, California, if we do not have a police department to collaborate in the rescue efforts, here's what's going to happen across this nation. You will see child rescues decline rapidly. you will see pimps walking like they're walking in New York City because there's no bail law. And molesting a child today and being a pedophile in New York, you don't even have to pay bail. You get booked, you walk the same day, you're back on the street. We are forgetting about the least. We made great strides and great momentum in this fight. This will hurt the fight. So please think about reform differently. There are other ways to do this. But having a no police zone, you may think is accomplishing one objective, but in this fight, in the fight I know you care about and I care about, we've dedicated our lives to, our team, I know you care about children being rescued. It's going to be counterproductive. It's not going to work. Okay, so we've got to be smart about this. Thank you for your fight. Stay in the fight. God bless you. We are in interesting times, but we're going to make it through this. We're going to build bridges. We're going to see reform. We are United States of America. It's in our name. We should be united, definitely in this fight. The children are worth it and they need it. Okay? If you want to learn more, go to sharetogethernow.org, our nonprofit organization, where we can share some intel with you. Thank you for your support. Thanks for watching. And talk about child sex trafficking to your neighbors, your friends. Educate people. If you don't feel like you know enough, dive in, reach out to us, and we'll continue to share resources. Okay? God bless you. Thank you.